Hey guys, Peter here. I have all these toys around me. I'm not in my normal vlogging room, by the way, so apologies for the echo, but I just needed a lot more space because I have a lot going on in front of me and around me. So earlier this week was the release of the 20th anniversary of a toy called Tamagotchi. Come on, focus. There you go. It's been 20 years since the Tamagotchi was released in the US, which for me is a very kind of important thing. I know I'm a grown man with all these toys, but back when Tamagotchi was released, I remember the first time I saw it was my friend Jeremy showed me this pink little keychain of an egg with a little creature inside, and he told me that you could raise it. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But also when I got on AOL into the Tamagotchi chat rooms, wow, I'm really making myself sound old. Anyways, when I got into the AOL chat rooms, I met my best friend Keith. And if you don't know him, he's in some of my videos, I'm on some of his. We've been best friends for 20 years now because of Tamagotchi. We clicked in a chat room, and then eventually we met when I was in New York, and we've been friends online and offline ever since. So this is kind of like a cool kind of reminder of how we became best friends. So after Tamagotchi debuted in 1997, I actually started collecting more. Obviously have all the stuff around me, but I also got a bunch of the knockoffs like the Gigapets, the Dinky Dino, and then some non-knockoffs, some that were actually officially by Bandai, like the original Digimon, which I don't know if I can fit all of these in one video, so I'm gonna focus specifically on Tamagotchi because I'm just really excited that this came out. I'm not gonna be unboxing this on this video. I might do that in another video, maybe compare it to the original Tamagotchi and see what the differences are. But I just wanted to share my obsession with Tamagotchi with you guys, because it's kind of crazy how much Tamagotchi stuff I have. Once I started pulling these from the attic, I was like, whoa, this is a lot of stuff. So let's start off with my very first Tamagotchi. This is my first Tamagotchi. It's a white one with like black buttons. This actually I got from FAO Schwartz a long time ago. This wasn't really the first original batch of Tamagotchi because it had this ball and chain kind of attachment to it, and I actually have the package here, and it has where the ball and chain were. The original Tamagotchi actually had more of a hard keychain, and I actually have a set of the very first 6 Tamagotchi that were released in the US. They have a different keychain from all the other Tamagotchi that were released after that, and let me show those to you. I haven't opened these at all from their package. So the original boxes had this, you know, all that stuff on the bag, just all the marketing fluff. And then you would open it up, and this one says, Tamagotchi is a tiny pet from cyberspace who needs your love to survive and grow. If you take good care of your Tamagotchi pet, it will slowly grow bigger, healthier, and more beautiful every day. But if you neglect your little cyber creature, your Tamagotchi may grow up to be mean or ugly. How old will your Tamagotchi be when it returns to its home planet? What kind of caretaker will you be? So the difference between the US version of Tamagotchi and the Japanese version is that US Tamagotchi never died. They went back to their home planet. Apparently they didn't think that US children could handle the concept of death. I don't know. I never really liked that idea, but that's how they did it. Okay, so let's go over the colors. So this one is the turquoise blue. It's like a transparent, exactly the same color as its 20th anniversary one. This one, I think, was one of the hardest ones to find. This one was like considered rare. This next one is purple, and it has a pink border, pink buttons. This one's green with yellow buttons. This one is yellow with orange buttons. This is actually the first Tamagotchi I saw in person. My friend Jeremy had it. It's pink with yellow buttons. Actually, they called it Rhodamine Red. And the last one is this white Tamagotchi with blue buttons and trim. Whenever you would look at eBay listings for Tamagotchi, they would call the eggshell crack the trim, and then the buttons were whatever color. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put these aside, and then there was a second generation of Tamagotchi, and these keychains are different because they had the little keychain chain, but it also had this weak kind of key ring that attached to the Tamagotchi and then the keychain. I never really liked it because I thought it was really bulky. I loved when it attached directly to the egg without the big little split ring. So the second generation of Tamagotchi had a whole different growth chart. So it had different babies and it would branch off into different, I guess, species or breeds depending on how you raise them. So on the back, this is first generation, this is second generation. These were the main adult forms of Tamagotchi that you could raise. They also had secret forms. You would have to actually raise it into one of the adult types and then from there raise it into a secret type. I only have 2 of the second generation Tamagotchi, I think. I might have had another one, I can't remember actually, but this one is a clear one, and I did open this. This is what it looks like with the logo on top. It actually still has a pull tab that I might have put back. Let's see if it works. What? It has an egg! Whoa, these batteries last a while. Okay, I'm not ready to raise a child right now, so I'm just gonna slip this tab back. As Tamagotchi got more popular, they made different formats like this CD-ROM version. Super old. It says Windows 95. That's crazy. They also have a Game Boy version which lets you raise, I think, 3 Tamagotchi at a time, and they had different games that you could play with your Tamagotchi as well, so that was really fun to play on Game Boy. In Japan, they also made Angel Gotch, which is, I think it was called Tensichi no Tamagotchi. And that's a close-up of the package. It has wings on it, and there was a cool kind of, I can't remember what the feature was. I think whenever you tried to feed it food or a snack, a bat would try and take it away. So what you got to do was tap the shell to scare the bat away, which was pretty cool. And then they eventually used that in later versions of Tamagotchi, which I'll show you eventually. And then the US version is Tamagotchi Angel. And I had this blue one. It was a pastel, kind of like a pearly pastel. And the story of this says, a flash of light, a brilliant starburst, and instantly an adorable little winged spirit appears. It's time to welcome your bouncing bundle into the world. Congratulations, you've just become the proud guardian of a Tamagotchi Angel. As the guardian, you have a very important task, to raise your Tamagotchi Angel well. Will your Tamagotchi Angel be sent back to its virtual celestial home with a good spirit? It's up to you to raise your Tamagotchi Angel with just the right measure of love and attention. If you're successful, your Tamagotchi Angel will fly home to be rewarded with its wings. If not, well, you can always try again. And then here's the back of the package where it shows some of the different Tamagotchi Angels that you can raise from baby to adulthood. And then they also made Mori no Tamagotchi and Umi no Tamagotchi, which they actually had plans to release in the US. I even saw the package art for it, but for whatever reason, they never released them. I'm thinking maybe the craze in the US kind of died off for a little bit, so they never made it to the US. So here are those 3 out of their packages. They're really cool. I wish they made it to the US, but I was able to get these on eBay a long time ago, and even though they weren't in English, they were pretty much the same kind of menu style, so it was easy to figure out what to do. By the way, apologies for mispronouncing a lot of these. I don't know Japanese. Eventually, they came up with a type of Tamagotchi that could connect, similar to the way that Digimon would connect when you wanted to battle, except these Tamagotchi would make babies. These are called Osuchi and Mesuchi, and they had these things at the top. These eggshells would pop off at the top, and when they were old enough to mate, you would actually link them up, and then they would make a baby. They also made a Game Boy version of this, and the cartridge was really interesting because it had a battery and a speaker in it. That way you could play in real time. So whenever the Osuchi Mesuchi wanted your attention, the speaker would actually beep at you, and you would have to turn on your Game Boy and make sure you fed it or whatever you needed to do at that time. Then there was a version of Tamagotchi called Arukochi, and it was basically this girl that you would raise and then eventually have guys try and court her and give her gifts and things. But what made this Tamagotchi different, aside from its bigger size, was that it had this clip because it was also a pedometer. And I can't remember how the gameplay was, but you would rack up points and be able to date Arukochi or something. I don't know, I don't think I played this for very long. Bandai also released a pet that wasn't Tamagotchi or Digimon. It was called, I think some people online called it UFOchi, but I think the other name for it was Wave UFO. So basically, the way Wave UFO worked was you would raise a pet like normal, except whenever you brought it near a radio wave, like a cell phone or a microwave, it would actually evolve the creature into something else, which is really interesting. For a while, I stopped collecting Tamagotchi, and eventually I went to Japan and I found this at Yodobashi Camera Store, which was this huge store, and they had this whole aisle, this long aisle full of Tamagotchi pets and just accessories and toys, and it was really cool. I even got this roll of stickers and things, but I did get what's called Tamagotchi Connection in the US, and this is the Japanese package for it. But this one was larger than the original Tamagotchi, and it also had this infrared port, and it let you connect your Tamagotchi to other friends, and you can have, I think, up to 50 different friends. This one's the US version. Also got 2 more versions. They're super dusty. I never opened them, and I don't know, this was like a thing for a while. I would buy Tamagotchi and not play it. I would just kind of just have them, which I'm crazy. But anyways, I think that was the last, these were the last Tamagotchi that I've ever purchased, aside from, where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. Aside from this 20th anniversary one. And other than that, let me go ahead and show you all my toys and accessories. One of my first accessories for Tamagotchi was this plastic case, and you would put your Tamagotchi in here and close it up and protect it, because a lot of Tamagotchi back then had different designs that were painted on, and a lot of people didn't want it to get scratched off. So you could put it there, and then the chain would just go through this hole, and then whenever you needed to take care of your Tamagotchi, you would just flip it open, press the buttons, and then keep your child safe. In the US, they also came out with these Tamagotchi mini keepers, which weren't that mini, but they were these plush Tamagotchi toys, and they had pockets inside. Let me open one up and show you. This is Mamechi, which is Keith's favorite Tamagotchi character. He's normally drawn as yellow, but the American version when they first came out didn't really follow the Japanese, I guess, canon Tamagotchi, so they made him blue. So yeah, they would have this pouch in the back, and you just stick your pet in there, and then keep it nice and warm, safe from the elements, and then just close that up, and you would hold your Tamagotchi in there. I never used them. I had a bunch of these, and this is a problem for me. I buy things and then I don't use them, and then I just have stuff. I don't need stuff. McDonald's in the US also had Happy Meal toys for Tamagotchi, and I don't know where they all are. I know I collected all of them, but I only have 2 of them right now. This first one, you'd open it up. It's not working, but you would open it up. I don't know if you can really see that in the video, but you would close it and open it up, and there's this thing that would spin around, and every time you opened up the egg, it would switch to a new character, so your Tamagotchi would just grow. And then there's this one with this character right here is the toddler stage of the Tamagotchi's life, and it was called Tamachi. And this one just opens up, and you have a big Tamachi keychain, and I don't know why, but this one looks really sad. I also have this Tamagotchi coin bank. He's a little dusty. Sorry, little guy. Okay, and then these things that were sitting behind me are beanbag toys, which I was also obsessed with. Ah, there we go. Oh, this guy fell. These beanbag toys were the first generation of Tamagotchi, all the different adults and a couple of the toddlers. These had huge tags, and they were called Bean Pets. I'm just gonna put these aside. Oh, sorry. Sorry, little guy. And then these were the beanbag toys for the second generation of Tamagotchi, and I actually liked these a lot better because they were softer, and they're more like the Beanie Babies kind of quality, and these were called Saibees, and they actually had different stories on their tags, kind of like how Beanie Babies had poems, but this is Zukichi, and it says, "He's a hyperactive Tamagotchi rascal. He may look comical, but he can sometimes be mean. He gobbles icy cafe mocha and wants to be a superhero." So it's kind of cool. They gave each phase of Tamagotchi their own story and their own personality, which was really fun, I thought. And lastly, I have this plush Tamagotchi, but it also turns inside out. And let's go ahead and squeeze this out. Oh, come on. Come on, work with me here. Well, there you go. One tip if you're raising one of the first generation Tamagotchis, which was kind of funny so that's my Tamagotchi collection. Like I said, I have more things like Digimon and other brands like Gigapet, and I don't have time to fit that all in this video. I feel like this is already too long. Oh, and then I have these Pokemon Pikachu pedometer things, and I want to share those all with you, but yeah, this is way too much. It's like overwhelming even for me. If you're a fan of Tamagotchi and other virtual pets like Furby and Digimon, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. And if you have a favorite Tamagotchi character, let me know what that is in the comments below. I kind of want to see. Mine is Ginjirochi, which is this guy right here. Kind of like this, he has this dolphin face and these arms and legs, but whenever he was on screen, he would kind of spin and dance around. It was really cute. So yeah, he's my favorite Tamagotchi character. Thank you guys so much for watching and letting me share one of my obsessions with you. It was a cool blast from the past. If you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter, I'll put social media links below. I share a lot of other things on there that I don't put on my YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can watch me share maybe a few more of my obsessions, or just see me doing a lot of really cool, fun, or boring things. Again, my name is Peter, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!